but I don't need a human being to give me happiness. A lot of people seek their happiness in others. That is the basic problem in human beings. And that's why I said you have to understand yourself, because when you understand yourself, when you start loving yourself, that need of wanting someone to fill that gap reduces.
Raashii garu, hi.
Hi.
So you have a Diwali release coming up,
Yes.
Telusu Kada on October 17th. What's the Diwali tradition at home?
So usually my family would all get together after the Diwali puja.
After the puja?
After the puja.
Okay.
Because puja pe, like, everyone would do their own pujas at home. And then we'd get together. A lot of times they would play cards. I don't know how to play cards.
Yeah, Diwali
so
Tash is like a big deal.
Yes, in the north.
Right? In the
Yes.
north, yeah.
I don't know how to play them, so I wouldn't. But family lo, they would get together and play cards. And yeah, just light up the whole house. You know, that's one of my fondest memories. That's what we do during Diwali. And ippudu na illu Hyderabad lo undi kabatti I do it with my parents at home. I light diyas, we do the Diwali puja. And oka tradition ga we just light one cracker ante.
That's it.
Yeah, because pollution valla ippudu koncham responsibility pettali mana shoulders lo kuda. So it's not like I say don't burst crackers, but I say okay, do it as part of tradition, but don't overdo it.
Right. Have movies always been a part of your life since childhood?
No. Surprisingly not. And movies was luxury for our family. ఎందుకంటే నేను ఒక మిడిల్ క్లాస్ లో పుట్టాను కాబట్టి మూవీస్ డబ్బులు సేవ్ చేయాలి ఏదైనా సిచ్యువేషన్ లో. సో ఇట్ ఆల్వేస్ ఫెల్ట్ లైక్ స్పెండింగ్ ఆన్ ఫిల్మ్స్ వాజ్ లైక్ లగ్జరీ. వీ కాంట్ అఫోర్డ్ దట్.
Right.
సో వీ నెవర్ వాచ్డ్ ఫిల్మ్స్, వీ నెవర్ గ్రూ అప్ అరౌండ్ ఫిల్మ్స్.
In theaters లేకపోతే ఇంట్లో టీవీలో కూడానా?
టీవీలో వీ వుడ్ వాచ్.
Okay.
But you know, theater experience వేరే ఉంటుంది కదా. I remember that Mughal Azam had released in a color format.
Right.
And
Re-release.
I had actually dressed up to go to the theater.
Okay.
ఎవరికి తెలియదు ఇది, but I think it was like a celebration that I was going to watch a film. Little did I know that I'd become an actor. Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the fondest movie memories that you have?
I think definitely Mughal
Mughal
Azam.
Azam.
ఆ తర్వాత కరీనా కపూర్ కి ఒక ఫిల్మ్ వచ్చింది with తుషార్ కపూర్. I think I remember that song. It was Kareena and Tushar Kapoor's film that I saw, and Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum I saw in the theater. So very few films that I saw in the theater I remember.
రైట్. అంటే ఆ జనరేషన్ లో పెరిగిన వాళ్ళందరికీ ప్రతి జనరేషన్ లో ఒక మూవీ ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ ఆర్ ఒక క్యారెక్టర్ ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ ఆర్ ఏదో ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ కాదు, ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ ఉంటది అనమాట. ద వే వి ట్రై టు డ్రెస్ అప్ యాజ్ దెమ్, లైక్ ఓకే వాళ్ళ హెయిర్ స్టైల్, ఇవన్నీ సింపుల్ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్సెస్ కదా. లైక్ ఫర్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ a lot of people say that too from Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum was like a huge influence on how they dressed and all. మీకు అలాంటి women ఉండే నా influences?
Yes. So నేను కుచ్ కుచ్ హోతా హై చూసాను when I was 7 years old. And ఆ చూస్తున్న టైంలో నేను అంజలి క్యారెక్టర్ తో చాలా రిలేట్ అయ్యాను. వావ్, ఐఎమ్ ప్లేయింగ్ అంజలి. మై నేమ్ ఇస్ అంజలి ఇన్ దిస్ ఫిల్మ్.
Full circle.
అంజలి క్యారెక్టర్ తో నేను చాలా రిలేట్ అయ్యాను, ఎందుకంటే కాజోల్ ఇన్ దట్ ఫిల్మ్ is who I wanted to be when I was 7 years old.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you what, so in my childhood I never got male attention. Okay, so I always felt that I don't have that attention. And our cinema lo kuch kuch hota hai lo, she's more of a tomboy.
Yeah.
I was also a little like that. I was friends with my friends, all my friends, like friends matlab with my male
guys,
friends.
Guys.
Yeah, with the guys. So they also always used to look at me like a male friend. Okay, what's up and all. So even if I liked someone, it was never reciprocated.
Right.
You know? So I related a lot. నేను చాలా రిలేట్ అయ్యాను అంజలితో, ఎందుకంటే తన లైఫ్ లో కూడా అది సేమ్ సిచ్యువేషన్ జరిగింది కాబట్టి. బట్ ఇయర్స్ లేటర్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ షీ గెట్స్ హూ షీ వాంటెడ్, హూ షీ ఆల్వేస్ వాంటెడ్ టు బీ విత్. సో అప్పుడు నేను చాలా ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ అయ్యాను వాళ్ళ డ్రెస్సింగ్ సెన్స్ తో ఇవన్నీ, బికాస్ ఐ కుడెంట్ బీ రాణి ముఖర్జీ ఇన్ ద ఫిల్మ్, ఐ కుడెంట్ బీ టీనా, సో ఐ వాజ్ అంజలి. And wow, the full circle is that I'm Anjali in this film.
Okay, it's very cute actually that you say this story that when you were 7 and weirdly enough ninna ratri I was watching the title song.
Oh wow.
Kuch ninna ratri literally before going to bed I was random on YouTube used to and I loved how they picturized that song also.
Yeah.
Like Shah Rukh and Rani are always together and Kajol separate ga undadam.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite these love stories ee zone lo undevi?
I think कुछ कुछ होता है I've always loved. There's a film called मुझसे दोस्ती करोगे.
Yeah, but it's kind of notorious, no?
No, yeah, I mean they all have
Hrithik
their problems.
Roshan,
Yeah.
Uday Chopra, that one.
No. There's Hrithik Roshan, there's Rani Mukherjee, and there's Kareena Kapoor.
Uday Chopra is also in it, I think.
Uday Chopra. He comes in.
Yeah.
They try to hook him up with Rani.
Yeah.
So రాణి ముఖర్జీ క్యారెక్టర్ తో చాలా రిలేట్ అయ్యాను, ఎందుకంటే అగైన్ షీఈస్ ద వన్ హూస్ ఓవర్లుక్డ్ కాబట్టి. సో పీపుల్ వోంట్ బిలీవ్ ఇట్, బట్ ఐ వాజ్ ఓవర్లుక్డ్ when I was growing up, సో నేను చాలా రిలేట్ అయ్యాను. నాకు లవ్ స్టోరీస్ చాలా ఇష్టం, ఎందుకంటే నేను చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి ఐ హావ్ ఆల్వేస్ సీన్ షారుఖ్ సర్స్ ఫిల్మ్స్, అండ్ సో మై ఐడియా ఆఫ్ లవ్ వాజ్ దాట్. కానీ నిజం చాలా వేరే కదా. సో యూ రియలైజ్ ఓవర్ టైమ్ దట్ దిస్ ఇస్ నాట్ వాట్ లవ్ ఇస్. సో
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ
I got very disillusioned, that I saw something, I thought something, but that's not the reality.
When did the reality hit you?
I think when I got into a relationship, like I was 17, I got into a relationship, అప్పుడు అర్థమైంది ఓకే బిగినింగ్ లో ప్రతి ఒక్కరు ఇలాంటి చేస్తారు క్యూట్ క్యూట్ థింగ్స్ ఇవన్నీ, కానీ ఓవర్ టైమ్ ఇట్స్ సో మచ్ మోర్ అబౌట్ రెస్పెక్ట్, అబౌట్ trust, about loyalty. These things nobody talks about. They're all about the fluff of love. They're not about the reality of love. Adi naku arthamaindi.
It's not all roses.
Yes.
And అందుకే I think సినిమాల్లో కూడా మనం ఇప్పుడు చూస్తే లాస్ట్ 7-8 years లో there is a shift in the way love stories are being portrayed. I think Arjun Reddy has had like a influence. I think it made a difference. ఎందుకంటే అప్పటి వరకు all these meet cute అవే ఉండేవి, but somehow in the last 5 to 6 years we are seeing a lot more complex
because I think cinema finally has to catch up with reality, because cinema has to be a reflection of the reality kada. Manam kuda if we watch a film like Diwali Dulhaniya Le Jayenge eppudu we won't relate to it. We'll be like, what is this love story? So anduke I think real love stories, modern relationship take on love stories చాలా important. Like Telusu Kada is that film which I feel is a modern take on relationships. It's not the cute boy meets girl, oh there's another angle, because ప్రతి ఒక్కరు నన్ను అడిగారు టీజర్ చూసిన తర్వాత, oh is it just another triangular love story, ఉంటే why will we do it? There has to be something in the film that makes it different, and ఇందులో ఒక unique point ఉంది which I can't talk about, which I can't reveal because it's literally like revealing the film. సో నేను వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నాను రిలీజ్ వరకు, ఆ తర్వాత మాట్లాడుకుంటాం, చాలా ఉంది మాట్లాడడానికి, ఎందుకంటే చాలా మంది సినిమాని చూసిన తర్వాత లవ్ గురించి, రిలేషన్షిప్స్ గురించి, పెళ్లి గురించి, బౌండరీస్ గురించి మాట్లాడుకుంటారు. నేను కూడా చాలా ట్రిగర్ అయ్యాను కొన్ని సీన్స్ షూట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు, ఎందుకంటే ఐ డెంట్ రిలేట్ టు మై క్యారెక్టర్ అట్ సర్టన్ పాయింట్స్. సో నాకు అది జరిగింది. సో చాలా సార్లు సిద్ధు వాజ్ లైక్, డోంట్ బ్రింగ్ రాశి ఇంటూ అంజలి, this is not Raashi, but a part of you just comes in anyway because you are enacting that person or their struggles. సో నేను కూడా చాలా సార్లు అడిగాను, ఎందుకు ఇదంతా చేస్తుంది, నువ్వెందుకు ఇది చేసావు, నా లైఫ్ లో ఉంటే నేను ఇలా I'll react differently to this situation. So he said that's why you play characters who are different than you are. So I think I grew as an actor working in Telusu Kada.
Oh, lovely. And when you say that some things triggered you, I think that's what defines the success or failure of any film is what I believe. ఎందుకంటే మన అందరికీ ఓకే బేసిక్ హ్యూమన్ టెండెన్సీ అనేది ఇలా ఉంటుంది అని ఒకటి ఉంటుంది మన మైండ్ లో. వెన్ యూ సీ అ క్యారెక్టర్ బిహేవ్ అన్రీజనబుల్లీ ఇట్ పిసెస్ ది ఆడియన్స్.
వాళ్ళకి కూడా తెలుసు, ఆడియన్స్ చాలా స్మార్ట్, వాళ్ళకి కూడా తెలుసు ఓకే ఎవరు పర్ఫెక్ట్ కాదు. మీరు ప్రీచ్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళకి తెలుసు, అరే ఎందుకు యువర్ మేకింగ్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ పుట్టింగ్ ఆన్ అ మాస్క్ అని, వీ డోంట్ వాంట్ యూ టు ప్రీచ్, జస్ట్ బి రియల్. సో ఈ సినిమాలో కూడా ప్రతి ఒక్క క్యారెక్టర్ గ్రే జోన్ లో ఉంటారు. ఇట్స్ యూ విల్ నాట్ బి ఏబుల్ టు కాల్ దెమ్ గుడ్ ఆర్ బ్యాడ్, మీరు మీ మోరల్ లెన్స్ నుంచి చూస్తారు, జడ్జ్ చేస్తారు. సో ఫర్ యూ మేబీ యూ విల్ వాక్ అవే విత్, oh, Sidhu's character was right in the film. Some people will walk away saying my character was right. Some people will take Raga's side, which is Sri's side. So I think there's a beauty of this film which will make you at least talk about it. Even if you don't like it, you'll talk about it.
See, these are the kind of films I love. నచ్చకపోయినా కూడా మాట్లాడడానికి ఏదైనా ఉందంటే సినిమా ఇంపాక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసినట్టు. సినిమా నచ్చింది, ఓకే చూసినంత సేపు బానే ఉంది, బయటకు వచ్చి ఇంకా దాని గురించి మాట్లాడకపోతే వాట్స్ ద పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఫిల్మ్? I believe films have to trigger conversations, and Neerja was telling me the same thing, that okay whether you like it or not, this film will trigger a conversation. So Neerja comes to you with the script. Was it a narration or a script?
నాకు ఫస్ట్ కాల్ చేసింది, నాకు చెప్పింది ఒక స్క్రిప్ట్ ఉంది అని. నేను చాలా షాక్ అయ్యాను, ఎందుకంటే ఓకే స్టైలిస్ట్ గా నాకు తెలుసు కానీ నీలో ఈ యాంగిల్ కూడా ఉందా అడిగాను. సో నన్ను అనింది ఓకే స్క్రిప్ట్ ఉంది, ఓకే లిసన్ టు ఇట్ అండ్ ఆల్. సో ఐ హర్డ్ ద స్క్రిప్ట్ అండ్ నేను చాలా సర్ప్రైజ్ అయ్యాను. నువ్వే రాసారా, ఈ ఐడియా ఎలా వచ్చింది నీకు, నీ లైఫ్ లో లేదు కదా, నీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ లైఫ్ లో కూడా లేదు, ఎలా ఎలా? సో షీఈ్ లైక్, she told me it just came to her and she thought it's a story that needs to be told. And I also thought the same. ఆ తర్వాత చెప్పింది ఓకే సిద్ధు ఒప్పుకున్నాడు and I said okay, he said yes, matlab there has to be something in the script, because that much respect I give to this man. So I said okay, let's listen to it. And I loved the way she's written the characters. I loved that everyone has equal weight in the film, everyone has an impact in the film, everyone has a voice in the film. You know, that is what I loved about her. And obviously in the writing you see a female perspective also.
Okay.
Which is lacking.
How exactly would you define that female perspective?
ఇప్పుడు ఈ క్యారెక్టర్లో, నా క్యారెక్టర్ చాలా సెల్ఫ్ రెస్పెక్ట్ ఉంది. ఓకే, మోస్ట్లీ ఒక ఇఫ్ అ మేల్ డైరెక్టర్ డైరెక్ట్స్ అ ఫిల్మ్, a lot of importance is given to creating the male character.
Right.
They'll have layers more than the women will have. Very few male directors will write films for women.
Yeah.
Either they love women too much, so they'll write for women, or they understand women too much. But I have not worked with such directors. So for me, it was a new experience when she said, okay, this is the situation, she'll react like this. This is the situation, she'll react like this. This is how she thinks. This is how she will be in a situation. And manam chala discussions pettam, which has never happened before, you know, for me. So she said, okay, she's this way. Okay, Raga is this way. She'll not be like Anjali is. You know, like I will be someone who will hug you when I meet you. That is Anjali.
Right.
Raga is someone who will be like, okay.
Hi.
Like very little things low. You know, the way we hold our bag also. Like those little things have been taken care of. Okay, ilanti character, okay, she'll do this, she'll not do that. And so, అందుకే నేను చాలా సర్ప్రైజ్ అయ్యాను. అరే, you think like this, you know, which is great, because people don't give you that much importance. They'll just give you the scenes and they'll say, okay, do it your way అని చెప్తారు.
But do it your way is also kind of a liberating experience.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Because you work on it, but it's different when a director comes and tells you that this is my thought process. It tells you that there's so much detailing that has gone from their end that you don't expect from every director, especially from one director who's directing for the first time. So, and I realized ki gender and direction ki em sambandham ledu. It's a craft that you either know or you don't know. But writing mein you'll see the female perspective. You'll see it when you're watching the film. But the best part is you also see the male perspective in it.
Okay.
So you're like, arey, you know, it's amazing because I'm seeing for the first time that there's so much importance being given to female characters and there's equal importance being given to the male characters. It's not like, oh, we've left him because it's a female driven film.
Yeah.
Alanti em ledu, thoughts e ledu. So she was like, I'm making a film with 3 characters who stand on their own. This is how I define them. Okay, now it's up to you how you play them, but I'll help you around it. Adi cheppandi. So chala namakam kuda pettindi. Okay, I know you're seasoned actors and you'll do something, but this is what I want. That clarity she had, which was amazing.
Yeah. Right. I like the fact that ఇందాక మనం మాట్లాడుకుంటుండే కదా, that these days films are getting into are willing to explore the grace of a relationship. On that front, I really admire World Famous Lover. See, as a film, I have many issues with it, but the very fact that it was willing to get into a very ugly space.
Yeah.
It captured the ugliness of it's almost like it begins at the fag end. It's like a relationship is dying. And that's where the film begins. Anta realistic ga, anta dark ga capture chesindani. What is your assessment of that film's result?
I think I thought, okay, the film has its own issues. I won't say it's a perfect film, and I'm not delusional to say it's a good film.
Yeah. The verdict is out.
But I do understand. No, some people even after the film doesn't work, they say, oh, it's a good film. Or you didn't like it, but it's a good film. Vallu ila aalochistar. Not telusu, but you know, I think for me, when I heard the script, narrate చేస్తున్నప్పుడు నేను కొంచెం రిలేట్ అయ్యాను. ఎందుకంటే ఐ నో హౌ ఇట్ ఫీల్స్ అన్ రిలేషన్షిప్ ఇస్ డైయింగ్, యూనో, అండ్ ఇలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్స్ నేను అప్పటి వరకు ఐ హ్యాడెంట్ సీన్ ఇన్ ఫిల్మ్స్. సో ఐ థాట్ ఇట్ వాజ్ అ ఫిల్మ్ దట్ నీడెడ్ టు బి మేడ్ టు షో దట్ సైడ్. మీరు చెప్పినట్టు ఇట్స్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ దట్ పీపుల్ సీ that side of a relationship is also there that we don't see in films, and that needs to be seen, how affected people get.
Yeah.
Communication ki importance chala ekkuva na life lo, and how in a relationship when it's dying, communication also dies. You know, after a point you're just so filled up that you just burst. That is what happens, you know. Anduke I think in a very subtle way it tells you it is very important to communicate. And expectations lekunda batagali life lo. with whoever you're with, don't expect anything. They can do anything in life. Accept them for who they are. Give them respect and communicate. These are basics. ఇప్పుడు చాలా మందికి బేసిక్స్ గురించి తెలియదు. They don't want to talk about it only. They'll just keep doing what they want to do. And నాకు ఇదే అర్థమైంది ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ నుంచి, దట్ ఫస్ట్ మనం ఎవరో మనకి తెలియాలి, ఆ తర్వాత గెట్ ఇన్ టు రిలేషన్షిప్. అదర్వైజ్ విల్ బ్లీడ్ ఆన్ పీపుల్ ఫర్ యోర్ కట్స్, which they don't deserve.
Yeah. Wow, that's actually very serious and it makes a lot of sense. Did you watch Lover? There's a Tamil film called Lover.
నేను చూడలేదు.
Okay, if you get time, please do check it out, because మీరు నాకు అన్నారు కదా, like get to know yourself first before getting into. I think Lover captures it. That's it. I keep saying this. I'm very happy with the kind of stories that are coming out, because they are actually capturing reality. And I think Sidhu's filmography కూడా చూసుకుంటే, Krishna and his Leela కానివ్వండి, they capture. Have you seen Krishna and his Leela? What do you think of that film?
I really like the film. అంటే first thing, I didn't expect that. I love the ending. Very strangely.
Yeah.
I love the ending where he just decides to just not be with any of them, because he's like, one will remind me of the other and there's no point, so I'll just walk away. It's actually okay. What he did, it's not like it's right or wrong ni pakkan padte. I think in the end, very few people will walk away from something.
Yeah.
They'll choose one thing or the other, because manaki life lo as human beings we love to control. Idi ego nunchi vastadi idi, that I will control you, I'll possess you ani. But love is not that. Love is actually surrender. You be with me, you don't be with me, that's up to you. I'll not hold it against you.
Okay.
That's how I feel. Coming back to Krishna and his Leela's ending, I loved the ending because it's different. Is it right or wrong ga నాకు తెలియదు కానీ I loved it because it was different. Because maybe in real life this happens also.
Yeah. But Raashi, when you say he walks away, don't you think, are we all scared of being alone as human beings? Don't you feel that a lot of people get into relationships because they're scared of being alone?
But aren't people alone even in relationships?
That's sad. If you're sad in a relationship,
so
sad.
If you're a lonely human being, it's not like someone else will come and fill that gap, or a relationship will fill it for you. Because for a period of time when everything is hunky dory, you'll feel great. Oh, a relationship is giving me everything. But after a point, if you feel lonely in spite of anything or anyone, you will be a loner. Yeah. And there's a thin line between being alone and being lonely.
Yeah.
If you're alone, it's great, because I am alone. I love being alone. It's not like someone else will give me happiness, because I'm happy by myself. Yeah, you can add to something in my life and we can grow together. But I don't really necessarily need you. I just think, okay, it'll help me grow, but I don't need a human being to give me happiness. A lot of people seek their happiness in others. That is the basic problem in human beings. And that's why I said you have to understand yourself, because when you understand yourself, when you start loving yourself, that need of wanting someone to fill that gap reduces.
Yeah. This also ties up to the fact that the thing that you said about expectations.
Yeah.
We expect people to come into our lives and fix us, which is quite selfish.
I think it's up to us what we make of us. And no one else can decide that for us but ourselves. Is why somebody else should come into your life. Of course, you should be in love, but first love yourself. Learn to love yourself and know yourself. Yeah.
When did you get this realization?
Heartbreaks tarvata. అంటే హార్ట్ బ్రేక్స్ అయిన తర్వాత నేను ఆలోచించాను, ఎందుకు ఇలా జరిగింది నాతో, నేను అన్ని కరెక్ట్ చేశాను. బట్ నాకు ఈ రియలైజేషన్ వచ్చింది ఏంటంటే, వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు అది నా చేతిలో లేదు, నా చేతిలో జస్ట్ నేనేం చేస్తానని అది ఉంది. సో నేను అన్ని కరెక్ట్ చేస్తాను. ఐ స్టిల్ కీప్ మై హార్ట్ ఓపెన్. I won't shut it because I've gone through heartbreak, and I won't bleed on other people. I'll fix myself. It's fine. Why did my happiness depend on the other person? అది నేను అడిగాను నాతో. అప్పుడు నాకు అర్థమైంది, ఓకే బట్ వై? అండ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ లవ్ దట్ పర్సన్, ఐ కెన్ లవ్ దెమ్ ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ దే ఆర్ నాట్ ఇన్ మై లైఫ్, బికాస్ ఐ విష్ వెల్ ఫర్ దెమ్. చాలా మంది ఏం చెప్పారు నాకు, నా ఫ్రెండ్స్ కూడా, అరే యూ షుడ్ టేక్ రివెంజ్ అని. వాట్స్ ద పాయింట్? ఐ వాంట్ హర్ట్ మై సెల్ఫ్, బట్ ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు సీక్. ఐ డోంట్ హర్ట్ ఎనీవన్, no matter what they have done. It's their karma. My karma is to fix myself, right? I'll do that, and I don't have any hatred or anything against anyone. I'll still give them love. I'll wish them happiness. That's who I am, and it takes a lot for you to come and say that. I'm not preaching. I'm telling you from my experience. that I would still wish them well. And I think anyone who comes into your life, they are my teachers. They made me understand that I need to look at myself and love myself a little more, you know. So I also value them. Anduke, it's very important that you go through these experiences. Otherwise, you will never grow as a human being. చాలా మంది సర్ఫేస్ లో బతుకుతారు. డెప్త్ లో వెళ్ళడం చాలా కష్టం ఫస్ట్. అండ్ వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత అర్థం చేసుకుని living your life is even more difficult. So people don't want to get into that. They want to live surface level. But then you'll never grow as a human being. You'll never understand what life is. 60 tarvata ardhamaithe, what will you do with that knowledge? You know. So I think it's important that people understand spiritually who they are earlier in their 20s.
Beautifully put. To add on to that, when bad things happen to us, be it in relationships or ekkadaina kuda, we need to emerge out of it without bitterness or without letting our humanity die.
That's the
that will test any individual's strength. Just because something bad happened to me, if I'm becoming a bitter person, that means that experience changed me. Humanity అనేది ఇంటాక్ట్ గా ఉంచుకుని ఆ బ్యాడ్ ఫేజ్ లో నుంచి బయటకు వస్తే I genuinely believe you grow as a person.
ఇంకొక మాట చెప్తాను. సో I love God. Okay, I absolutely have this. I love God. I have, through my own experiences, a lot of miracles in my life. So I feel like Draupadi oka mata cheppindi Krishna Bhagwan ki, that give me sadness in my life, because when you give me sadness, that's when I'm closest to you. You know, that thought just changed so many things for me, and every time I go through something really sad, I'm like, but that's okay, I'm closer to God today.
Okay,
adi nen cheptanu, I'm anyway close to him. I anyway pray.
It's like a coping mechanism.
Yeah, you can call it that. You can call it that. But I think that love grows inside me, and it helps. It gives me strength to fight whatever that I have to fight.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so it's gotten really serious.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go back up a bit. Yeah. You're talking about lack of attention, right?
Yes.
So I think your life changes in 2013-14, and suddenly there is a lot of attention. How did you process that?
I didn't like it at all.
Really?
Yeah, I have to tell you this. నేను తిరుపతికి ఒకసారి వెళ్ళాను ఊహలు గుసగుసలాడే రిలీజ్ అయిన తర్వాత. అండ్ అప్పుడు చాలా మందిని చూశాను అక్కడ. నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు ఎందుకు వచ్చారని. దట్ టైమ్ ఐ డెంట్ నో దే హడ్ కమ్ టు సీ మీ, అండ్ ఐ వాజ్ వెరీ సర్ప్రైజ్డ్. అప్పుడే నాకు తెలిసింది తెలుగు ఆడియన్స్ గురించి, దట్ దే రియలీ లవ్ దర్ యాక్టర్స్ అని. సో ఐ వెంట్ అవుట్ అండ్ మై సూట్ వాజ్ ఫట్ గయా థా. I was torn and my manager got hurt. He had a fracture and all of that happened. Then security couldn't manage, and I got like this. I called my manager and I said, I'm never doing one of these events again, because people are getting hurt, and it felt like trauma. So it took me another year to take another event up, because I was like, okay, there'll be security fully, then I'll go. Not to give myself so much importance, but it actually happened back then, you know, and it wasn't a great feeling. అప్పుడు కూడా అండ్ ఇప్పుడు కూడా చాలా సార్లు ఐ ఆస్క్ మై సెల్ఫ్, వై డూ ఐ హ్యావ్ ఫ్యాన్స్, ఫర్ వాట్? Okay, do I have fans? These thoughts come to me because I genuinely live like a very normal person. When you meet me also, you'll think I don't have this thing of, oh, I'm an actor, I'm a star, if at all, that I am somebody. I just love acting. That's what I do. Whatever comes with it, attention comes with it. Now I have accepted it. I don't have to enjoy it, but I have accepted it, and I have understood that because of that love, you are where you are. So you have to, accept it fully, gracefully. That's what I do, but I've never been comfortable with it.
Okay. Yeah. Are there days in your life where you don't feel like getting up and going to work?
Not really.
Really? In that sense, acting has been...
Yeah, like when I'm shooting, I'm the happiest when I'm shooting. When I have to talk about other things, that's when I, like during promotions, when you have to talk, that's when I get a little, hey, why do I have to talk?
Why? You talk so well.
I know, but now I think I'm trying to enjoy it, because now I've come to a conclusion where in life I've understood myself, so it's easier to give that gyan to other people. But when you're yourself confused, what am I saying? Because 5 years earlier I would say something, and 5 years later I'll say something completely different, and then people will hold it against you.
Yeah. People change, come on. Exactly. That's what people don't understand.
Yeah, they don't understand.
Yeah.
So, and actors are easy targets. So for a very long time, I was like, I don't want to talk. I'll only talk surface level.
Sadly, it's all documented and all. Yeah.
But now I'm like, no. Now I have some knowledge from my experience. I want to share it. So yeah, now I am trying to enjoy it a little more.
Lovely. On the acting front, what have been some of the most satisfying moments for you in front of camera? I'm not talking about the success, I'm not
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about filmmaking money, I'm not talking about the appreciation or anything. You're there performing a shot or a scene and you feel like, yeah, I'm in the moment, this is making me happy, this is what I wanted. Have there been moments like that?
a lot of such moments.
Please.
One moment was when I Madras Cafe shoot చేస్తున్నప్పుడు my first shot. అప్పుడు I realized that I didn't fear the camera, you know, which was a great realization for me. అది నేను చాలా ఎంజాయ్ చేశాను. ఆ తర్వాత there was a scene in Madras Cafe where I had to cry in a scene. చాలా న్యాచురల్ గా జరిగింది అది మొత్తం ప్రాసెస్. సో ఐ వాజ్ వెరీ సర్ప్రైజ్డ్, ఓ ఐ హ్యావ్ ది స్కిల్ అని నాకు అర్థమైంది. ఆ తర్వాత బెల్లం శ్రీదేవి ఆ క్యారెక్టర్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు
such a fun character.
ప్రతి ఒక్క డే, ఎవ్రీ డే వాజ్ ఫన్ ఆన్ దట్ సెట్. ఈవెన్ వెన్ ఐ వాస్ ప్లేయింగ్ ఏంజల్ ఆర్నా, సో నాకు అప్పుడు అర్థమైంది, ఓ దేర్ ఇస్ అ కమెడియన్ ఇన్ మీ ఆల్సో. ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ ఐ ఫిగర్డ్ సంథింగ్ న్యూ ఇన్ మీ, ఐ హ్యావ్ ఎంజాయ్డ్ దట్ ప్రాసెస్. ఆ తర్వాత ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ ఐ డన్ అ లవ్ స్టోరీ, బికాస్ ఐ ఫీల్ లైక్ people love stories in general. You know, it gives them a sense of hope. It gives them something mushy in your heart. So every time I've done a love story, be it Uholu Gusugusalade or even after that, and I'll also tell you, every time I've delivered a dialogue which is like really long and not in my language.
Right.
అంటే నేను తెలుగులో తెలుగు నేర్చుకున్నాను ఇప్పుడు, బట్ అప్పుడు చాలా కష్టపడ్డాను ఫస్ట్ ఫిల్మ్లో. ఇట్ వాజ్ లైక్ చైనీస్ టు మీ. You know? So I remember nights where I've sat like a student writing, and a lot of people do it. You have to do it. You have to put in your 100% if you have to rise in life. But every time I delivered like a big dialogue, be it in Tamil or Telugu, I felt like, oh, you know, I feel very fulfilled today. Avunu. So yeah, there are a lot of moments like that.
Do you still feel has your full potential been tapped, or
no?
Are there still spaces that you are willing to explore or looking forward to explore?
I think for me, every time I do something new, I realize that there is another angle to me. That is one thing. Secondly, I think for me, I would love to do an action film. I'd love to do a mythological film. I'd love to do a negative character, like fully negative, no grey, like just negative.
Right.
You know, so I want to be able to do so many roles, and I think it's still not been tapped. Yeah.
Superb. So finally, Telusu Kada is releasing on October 17th. What do you think people should expect? I mean, see, they're gonna see the trailer and all, but still, to people who are gonna come to theaters, how would you pitch the film? How would you set their expectations right?
I think మీరు ఒక కొత్త అవతార్ చూస్తారు సిద్ధుకి, మైన్ ఆర్ బీట్ శ్రీమదీస్. I think you should expect the unexpected from the film. Don't go with any notion of what this film is going to be about. I think it will surprise you. Just give it a chance and watch it in theaters.
Yeah. Superb. I was just watching, I think, a podcast of you where you said, I don't like doing promotions because it's more about promoting the actor than the film.
Yes.
But this didn't feel like a promotional interview at all.
Yes.
Please talk more, please give more interviews, and please share your experiences. Lovely talking to you, Raashi.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, and all the very best for the film.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.